Welcome back to another episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. I'm your host, Robert. I'm with my co-host, Darren in LA. This is episode 120 of the Purple Pill Podcast. And I'm happy to say LA's back with us. How you doing, LA?
I'm doing great. It was a frustrating week, but I'm back.
Hey, man. The podcast misses you.
I bet. I'm the lifeblood in this bad boy.
Definitely.
How was y'all week? Hey, that's why I got shirts, right? I got paid in shirts for this because I'm the lifeblood.
Technically more on the way because I promised everybody, I think on the 100th episode with Trevor on it, that everybody was going to get another one. So yeah,
on
the way. Yeah.
No, I need a hoodie in like wintertime. I can't do it right now.
Well, I'll give you a hoodie and then you can just let it sit there for a while.
I might get fat, man. You don't know. You know,
I guess that's always the case. But anyway, did y'all hear about these aliens in Las Vegas?
No, explain.
Watch it was a body cam of a cop seeing the light come out the sky, and then a family reported that something like came into their yard and they saw some 8-foot creatures, and yeah, it was some wild shit.
They saw some bears.
Nah, bro, they saw something. They think in Vegas. Do you think they saw bears in Vegas?
I don't know what the fuck they got out there. Where I go to in Vegas, they have casinos.
Yeah, they might also have some life above Las Vegas.
That's crazy. Aliens? I don't know. I like to believe there's life out there, but why they gotta be 8 feet? Why they gotta be 8 feet? What the fuck is 8 feet got to do with something? Excuse my French.
I mean, that's how you describe it. You just describing what you see. Like, yo, there's some tall ass creatures out there, and they're not normal. They got big black eyes.
How you saw the big black eyes in the dark?
That's what they saw, bro. I can't look. They said the men in black was there by the morning, sweeping up the whole scene.
I bet they was.
I'm just saying. Rob, what you think
about the aliens?
I mean, about it all. Las Vegas.
I have no idea, to be 100 with you. I will say this though. Did you guys see that there was this video going around the internet of the guy who worked at Area 51? Yeah, and he was explaining everything that was at Area 51 and how our mind would be blown if we knew what was at Area 51.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff recently about people saying aliens are real and the government's admitting to it finally.
I mean, Trump admitted to it like a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
I don't believe anything that come out of that man's mouth, but it's okay.
He started Space Force, right? I want to get this right because last time I said it on the podcast, they called me out.
No, he was wrong though. In our defense, Darren, technically we both were wrong. The dude who tried to call you out was wrong too. That shit started like back in the day.
But anyway, Space Force. Okay. Oh look, I'm just saying y'all should check out this video after the podcast. It's not.
I'm watching it. I hope I see it. I want to see these big black men in black sheets.
I don't.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Our first topic is the third man arrested in the 2002 shooting of Run DMC's J Master J. What's up?
He said we just skip it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we can start with the Black Rock one. Yeah, there you go.
So, Darren, explain this.
I don't know exactly what was going on here to make him talk, but this is. Let's just listen to the question and listen to the answer and realize that this is a very powerful company.
Let's see.
It's just, you have to force behaviors. And if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And that's not recruiting. It is development, as Ken said.
How do you force change, though? I mean, Larry, BlackRock has really been in the forefront of the ESG movement within corporate governance and a real leader. And yet change is so slow. So what is, and Ken as well, how do you force change when it is so incremental and so gradual? How do you do something more radical? Have you thought about that? Has the board of American Express thought about more radical things we could do to enhance diversity and inclusion?
Because it has to be imbued in the culture of a firm. It has to be talked about. It has to be shown. Behaviors across the entire firm in every region have to be similar. And every citizen of the firm has to understand what is acceptable behaviors and what are unacceptable behaviors.
So the reason why, okay, now can we just play the next video and then I'll continue with this?
Larry Fink, one of the richest men ever.
Yes.
BlackRock is the biggest company in the world, and they hold a huge stake in all the biggest companies in basically every industry in America. And a huge part of this is because they're using our retirement money, which is a $33 trillion industry, to invest with. When we invest with them, their fund managers get to vote our shares for us. And when they vote all of our shares through all of these industries, they control corporate America in a big way. And it turns out there's actually a bill in Congress trying to address it. It's called 4241, the Index Act. And I read it, so you don't have to. And I'm going to summarize it right now. Unless I'm mistaken, this bill says that index fund managers like BlackRock have to ask their shareholders how they want the votes cast of all of their shares. It says they have to vote the way you want them to. And if you don't answer, they are not allowed to vote your shares. It says they're not allowed to charge you for this. And they have to ask everyone, not just some of their voters. There's a few stipulations, like if the company needs the votes to finalize their decisions, then BlackRock or any other manager is allowed to vote shares that didn't respond in the same way as the majority of the shares that did respond. So if we all said yes, they're not allowed to vote the non-responses as no. They have to vote the same way with the non-responses. It says they have to provide adequate information about the vote. It says they're allowed to do it electronically and they're allowed to tell you how they want you to vote. They can advise you. I even went and checked on our definitions that they referenced to make sure we're all defining things the same way here. This bill, no joke, is basically saying BlackRock is not allowed to vote all these passive shares in the market that they own unless you explicitly tell them how you want them to vote. That's a huge deal. I can only think of one person that wouldn't want this to pass. I mean, like literally only, one or two people that might not want this to pass. So when's it getting voting on? It's going to pass, right? Yeah, that's what I would have thought too, but apparently not. Apparently, the bill's dead as of January 3rd of this year. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something, but it kind of looks like it never even got voted on. So maybe go read this bill for yourself and tell me what I'm missing, because the only person who loses power from this.
So the whole point in all of this is, very powerful company. No one to checks and balances them besides their very top of their company. Now, with that being said, that's the right of the American people, right? But the things that they have control over can actually affect pretty much all of America. Now, if you don't think that, look at what they have stake in and what they own. That's just my opinion. Now, what do y'all think?
How's this different than any other investment group?
Any different what?
Any other investment group?
They vote, technically. I'm almost positive most vote on what they want to do with the money.
I don't know. I've got a 401k. I've got some IRAs, and
Okay,
I've never voted on what they go for.
Fair.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting. I do know BlackRock has trillions of dollars in not revenue, but in assets. So it is a large, if not the largest, investment group that I know of. So this is interesting. I'm interested on the first video, what they were talking about. Like, it seemed like they were talking about inclusion and forcing behaviors. I didn't really fully understand.
But Rob, can you go back to that video and we can go to the comments? So the biggest thing lately that people have been wondering is why are LGBTQ things being in places that it wasn't before, and why is it? Why? Just essentially why? Why is it? Why is the Bud Light can having the rainbow flag on it all of a sudden? Which is, it is what it is. People do what they want. But why is this all of a sudden happening? They're saying companies are being forced to do these type of things, to be including two groups that weren't included before, that didn't feel included before.
Companies are being forced,
such as Black Lives Matter as well, if not just the LGBTQ flag, just all types of things. So they're being forced to act in behaviors that will get them, I guess,
good PR.
Yes, in a sense.
That makes sense to me. That's good. People should do what they believe is right, even if it capitalizes and makes them a couple more bucks, or doesn't make them a couple more bucks.
It's still pandering, and I'm never going to go for pandering.
I mean, all companies do it. Like, how many companies? Allstate gets NBA players to make commercials. Like, you think they really give a fuck about the NBA? No, they trying to get that money.
How's that the same thing as pandering to my race?
Yeah. So I think you're arguing something, but you're doing it kind of
demographic for the NBA.
LA, there's a difference between marketing and pandering.
Is there?
Yes.
Yes, I kind of agree.
So was Bud Light pandering or marketing?
They were marketing.
Pandering.
See?
Are we talking about the LGBTQ?
Yeah, like it's a very fine line. I
think that's pandering.
I believe them to be the same thing. Like, I want to convince you that I am on your side, or I want to convince you that you and your people doing this is what I want. Is marketing, right?
I think it's so different. I think marketing, in the way that you're putting it with State Farm, is they're getting athletes to have a character and marketing off the character of the athlete.
Yeah, and when that 18-year-old goes to get insurance, he's gonna be like, Chris Paul was on that Allstate commercial. I'm gonna go.
I don't know if that's the same thing. I don't know if that's the same thing.
It's marketing. That's why they have jingles. That's why shit's catchy.
Yeah,
I like it.
State Farm is marketing. I just don't see the flag being on the beer can as marketing. Maybe y'all can convince me.
So let me put it like this, LA. You know Jake from State Farm, the new Jake from State Farm?
Yeah.
So he's black, right?
Yeah.
They don't market him as black Jake from State Farm. They marketed him as Jake from State Farm as a marketing tactic. Now, if they put out, you remember when all the companies did the black out their social media for Black Lives Matter?
Okay. I don't, but okay.
That's propaganda. I'm not propaganda. That's pandering.
So when you join a social movement, that's pandering?
Yes, actually, yes. And the way that was done, yes.
Oh.
Because other people were just doing it because other companies were doing it.
You're doing it because it's cool. You're doing it because it's cool right now. That's the thing. Like that's I think that's ultimately what
I don't know if cool is the right word, but yes, exactly what Darren's saying. Because everybody else is doing it.
Wouldn't you argue that's why the new Jake from State, because that's what everyone was doing, was getting more biracial looking, more black centric.
100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. But that's also where things are going.
But that gets into the question is, did they make Jake for State Farm black to pander to black people? That's the question.
See, like that's crazy to me. I thought that's just marketing. I'm learning something new today. I did not know that.
I don't know, y'all. Now, this is maybe a fine line, like you said.
No. Pandering might be the same thing.
Ultimately, I think we're getting off topic.
I got one more thing. Though. You remember when Hillary Clinton went on the Breakfast Club?
Yes.
And she was like, I got hot sauce in my purse. And Charlamagne was like, "Oh, are you just trying to pander to the black audience?" And you know what she said? Is it working? So it's a fine line. It's a fine line.
Who was this?
Hillary Clinton, when she was running for president.
And see, like that to me is wild, because that's funny as fuck. And I rock with Hillary Clinton, but that's a different set of situations right there.
Yeah,
that's wild to me. Because I believe that bitch did have some hot sauce in her purse.
Stop. Let's scroll through these tweets real quick so you can understand more of what the video was about.
Let me find out she got some.
Stop.
Where's she at? Where's she gonna be at next, bro? I'm pulling up.
Next holiday.
I'll be like, Miss Clinton, these chicken wings mighty dry, man. You guys
gonna be, stop. You cannot say the first off. I was gonna say the next holiday she's gonna be at is Juneteenth with you. And first off, she can't put. Ain't no chicken gonna be dry on Juneteenth.
Let me find out. Let me find out.
Stop.
Oh, I needed that. You guys sent me this video. This white woman talking about some.
Oh, you want to watch it right now?
What kind of hot sauce she had?
I don't know. It was probably just Frank's Red Hot or something.
Did she pull it out?
I think she did pull it out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Look at her haircut.
No, she has to go.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you getting information right now?
Sure.
Hot sauce in my bag, Sway?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I
yes.
just want you to know people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people again.
Okay. Is it working?
I guess she didn't pull it out, but yeah, that shit was
She
funny
should
as
have
fuck.
pulled it out, been like, and it's Tabasco.
This is the day I realized I understand why she lost to Trump.
Whatever. Go ahead. What else we got, man? This is a good time.
But anyway, I think everybody should look into BlackRock.
Your investment's probably already in there, so
100% think so.
well.
All right. I hope I didn't delete anything we didn't need. New data transmission.
Have y'all heard about this?
Nah, could you explain it to us?
All right. So first of all, we gonna break it down for our viewers who may not know the nerd shit. So can we Google what a petabyte is? I don't know how to spell it. PETABYTE maybe? Petabyte?
Just Google it.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. So a petabyte is all right, perfect. That's the perfect picture. So we have the green one. Can you click the green picture again? Yeah. So we have megabytes and we have gigabytes. I feel like most people know what gigabytes are, right? So everything's on the 10 scale. So you have 1,000 of everything to get to the next level. So you got gigabytes. Like for example, people's iPhones are normally 64 gigabytes, 124 gigabytes. That's how much data it can hold. Now, when we're talking about speeds, that's how much data can be transferred per second. So most people's houses, they got gig connections. They have up to, throughout their whole house, a gigabyte per second to the internet connection. And that's great. You know, we have fiber, we got 5G, things are great. You know, we got texting, you can stream anything you want in your fucking car. It's fantastic. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten to the level of petabyte transmissions. That is 1,000 terabytes, which is 10,000 gigabytes per second speeds. So let's go back to this article. I don't know what Rob did. Everything's so big. But in this world, we are now able to transfer 1.8 petabits per second. So imagine, let's say Avatar, the new Avatar movie, which is 3.5 fucking hours long for some reason. Let's say that is a 5 gigabyte movie, right? Let's say you went to Apple and you bought this movie and it's 5 gigabytes. It might take you 10, 20, 30 minutes to download this film. Now, if we had petabyte connections, as soon as you press download, that bitch is on your screen. Like, that is what we're talking about right now. We're talking about cars driving through the streets, being able to communicate with one another, sending terabytes of information about their car, how fast they're driving, whether or not you have a child in the car, and if they're trying to merge. Like, all of this data can be sent seamlessly in seconds now. Like, we're about to get into the future, y'all. Are you excited?
I'm actually super excited. I like how you explained it. I thought you were going to explain it to us like you explained it I thought you were going to explain it to them like you explained it to us by pulling up the internet speeds. But yeah, LA. This excites the fuck out of me.
It's crazy. I didn't want them to see like your home address and shit, so I didn't want to pull up your.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
But
like this is crazy, dude. Like imagine we have real time surgeries, like the data transmission from what a doctor can see on his Oculus that is reconstructing your heart will be seen. There's no lag. There's no error. You can see we'll be able to send data further and faster into space to see if there is more life. Like we don't have to rely on radio waves. We can supercharge things. Like this is crazy to me. This is crazy to me, Darren. Like, are you not excited? Are you not? Do you understand how much data AIs can now consume? Like this.
I think it just saves a tremendous amount of time.
Can we Google how much data is in the human brain? Let's see.
Is that measurable?
I'm sure they can. 2.5 million gigabytes. I don't know. That's 2.5 petabytes. So we can send all of the data that a human brain can store, estimated, in seconds. Like imagine if you're sick and we're able to develop artificial bodies. You can now transfer your brain, your consciousness to a new body in seconds. If the technology existed. But I'm excited, man. This is crazy.
This is the type of things that I would say Elon Musk needed for his Neuralink as well.
Definitely. Imagine.
I think they're one of the things that he would definitely need for him.
Like being able to have this type of data connectivity, like people will not be lost anymore through the Amazon forest. When people are going hiking, you will always be connected. Like you're able to send data. There's no loss. It's going to move too fast to be lost, Aaron. Like
I don't know about that.
It's gonna be what do you mean?
It's gonna move too fast for you to be lost in the Amazon.
It's gonna be lossless.
At the end of the day, I think we're gonna need artificial intelligence / these downloading speeds to be able to fight any type of aliens or any type of zombies that come to Earth.
Okay, that's fair.
So this is what's going to keep humans alive for another X amount of years.
You know, it's so crazy. In the movie, what's the movie with Will Smith where aliens attacked? Independence Day.
Oh.
It's crazy that all ties up because that's coming up soon. I think they were doing Morse code to communicate with other countries. It's crazy now how far they would have to change that now. You know what I mean?
I mean, Morse code worked. It
works. It still works.
It's not necessarily as efficient as this. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like the power that needs to be generated to send data this fast is very expensive still. So we're a couple years out from this being in everyone's homes or even in business hands yet. But this is definitely going to make the world, in my mind, a much smaller place.
Who developed this?
It's if you click the link, I think it's some scientists in some European country. University of Technology in Sweden, of Gothenburg in Sweden, in the University of Denmark.
Oh, yeah, shout out to them. They're doing some amazing work. That is definitely a fact.
It's crazy, bro. Like, what's up?
No, I was just gonna say my ignorant ass statement is sometimes I forget there are colleges in other countries.
That's crazy.
That's beyond.
Crazy. But no, like I just can't wait. Like there are some countries in the world where like they don't have internet, bro. Like once the world gets to a point where we are all connected and there's the free and open transfer of information, I think the world will start to heal finally and we'll get better and things will become good.
Or we need to become AIs because everybody trying to kill everybody.
I mean, people kill because they don't have what they need or want. And if you're able to get what you need and want, you'll have no reason, right?
Right.
Yeah,
All right.
And I feel like knowledge and information is the first part to getting people there.
I agree.
Okay, so I don't know this young lady and her cohort, but I was browsing through the internet and I saw this and I was like, oh, let's see what they have to talk about. And it made my head hurt. But maybe y'all can explain it to me. Like maybe I
So
missed something.
no, I guarantee you this is one of the stupidest podcasts I've ever seen in my life. My friends used to watch this guy that she's doing with all the time. His name is H3. He's just a weirdo on the internet, as far as I'm concerned. Then I've learned about this chick, and she's one of like the most ditzy, stupidest people I've ever seen on the internet. She like fetishizes Jewish men or some on some like weird shit. It's like
Well, I don't know
creepy
about
how
all
she
of
does
that,
it.
but let's
But
play this video and tell me how you feel about her science and tell me if the math is mathing.
My titties are low thanks to gravity.
Yay! A personal anecdote.
Can we just also say we don't actually need gravity? Like, we actually don't need it.
What do you mean that we don't need gravity?
What if it was never invented?
Invented by who?
By the way, it looks like I think this is Halloween, and he's dressed up as James Charles.
I that's fine with me. I don't know these people.
If I would have watched this before the podcast, I promise I would have said, "Get this bullshit out of here."
Oh, yeah, keep watching.
Sorry,
It's
making me
only
mad.
40 seconds left.
Isaac Newton created gravity.
Who created gravity, babe? Dan.
God.
What do you mean we don't need gravity? I'm curious about that
We just
statement.
don't need it.
But like, what do you mean?
The moon doesn't have gravity.
It does.
Literally don't know what you're talking about. Like,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
literally checked out of this conversation.
Who cares about space and gravity?
Literally, who does though?
Who
Like,
cares? We don't need gravity.
I have no interest in gravity.
Uh,
Mm.
I just feel like it's important to understand the world you live in. That you have to know what gravity
Okay,
is.
well, you should know Sutton Foster, and you don't know her. So what?
You're right.
Musical theater icon legend.
I feel like gravity has more relevance in our daily life
Oh
than
my God.
all about.
Gravity's award show. Like nobody cares. No one's
I
giving out
can't
awards
believe
for
this
gravity.
conversation about
I
gravity.
can't believe you're such a nerd that you care this much about gravity. Nobody cares. I don't care. Audience doesn't care. Nobody in this room cares. I'm
Wow.
over this.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Oh my God.
Let's burn. We're almost there.
Yeah.
We're almost
Okay,
there.
the hour's almost up. Thank God.
I got this. Look, can I go first, please? Can I
Like
go first?
what?
No,
What
I
is
got this. No.
happening?
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I would never. Usually these words will never come out of my mouth. But if she's a guest, if she's a host on that, nobody needs to be watching that podcast. That is terrible. That is fucking terrible. I'm sorry, because no.
I thought it was a joke at first, but then I'm like, is she?
No, she's serious. She's weird.
She's serious.
Serious.
Do you want her?
That
Do you
is-
want to watch her fetishize Jewish men? It's
No.
so creepy.
No,
I don't want to
It's so
watch it.
creepy.
I don't want to watch it. But the fact she was like Sir Isaac Newton and like bam, I was like, I don't know what's happening here.
So apparently, that
Thank God her
dude.
boyfriend's off camera.
What'd you say?
Thank God her boyfriend is off camera. So when she said, "Babe, didn't he invent it?" He was probably like, "Oh shit."
He was like, here she go again.
Who invented gravity? Who invented gravity?
He said God.
Like, shut up. Please shut up.
I would have been homie in the background like
God.
God.
God, Allah, Buddha.
Right? Nigga, I don't know. Some 3-letter name. But speaking of God and gravity and craziness, remember when we was little in science class, they always used to tell us like the building blocks of the world are atoms and they make molecules and they make cells and then we are made up of all that stuff. And remember how they told us when we asked, well, what's an atom look like? They're like, oh, it's too small to see. Well, they lied because now we can see that shit. And this is what an atom looks like. They say this is an X-ray of an atom, and Darren brought a very good point up in our pre-show. I don't know what X-rays do and if you're seeing through it or not, but this is what an atom looks like, y'all. Like, this is crazy. This is what the building blocks of the universe are. These small, little, insignificant things.
I have a question. So what's the difference between an X-ray and a microscope?
A microscope?
Super small, right? I was looking at it, it's just super small.
A microscope is when you use lenses or lasers to enhance an image or on a topic, yeah. An X-ray is when you shoot beams of light and then
Radiation.
So we're
they
looking
come
inside of an atom.
and they come back and you're able to see the image that is mapped through what you can't what light isn't coming back, if that makes
Okay,
sense.
so that brings me to the question: are we looking inside the atom,
I don't
or are we
know.
looking at the
That's
atom?
what I asked. That's what my first thing I asked.
I think we're looking where the light came back through an atom. Like
So-
all of this that we see is the light that we're able to receive back from an atom.
So what does
I
that
don't
mean?
know. I
Through
don't know if
X-ray?
I don't know if we can see through an atom is what I'm telling you, because they are the smallest building blocks of matter. But this, I believe, if you see this blue thing in the middle,
Yeah.
I believe that is the atom.
I think that is
So we're
Or at
looking
least
at an atom, not looking inside an atom.
So an atom is composed of a nucleus, and then there's things around it, that membrane, and then there's charges around it, correct?
Right.
Like that purple thing is the nucleus. The green stuff around it would be the membrane, and the green and purple stuff around that would be the charges of the atom. In my very elementary understanding of atoms.
Well, I agree with you, but I think if you look very closely, you can see an X-ray of the inside of the atom. Think about how a normal X-ray thing looks, and then if you zoom in on this image, you know what? It's pretty dark.
Like this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Like it's on a nanometer scale. Like this, like I don't know how much light is permeating through this for me to tell you what it is.
So
But
were we not looking at the right pictures?
Keep going.
This looks like the right pictures.
These are just the raw images. Keep going down. Yeah. So images of a super molecular assemblies that feature 6 rubidium atoms and 1 iron one. Like, look at this shit.
Oh wait, time out. So this is the atom.
These are atoms. These are
these white things.
I don't know I don't know what these white things are, but
I think those are the atoms. They have to be, right?
Can we just read the quote?
Yes. If you're saying the things that are illuminated on the left image,
on the right one.
On the right one, yes. Each one of those would be, I believe, clusters of atoms.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. I don't what's this first picture of then? I think this first picture is bullshit. This is definitely not an X-ray of an atom. I'm thinking I'm dumb as fuck, bro. It says it right there. I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck is this thing?
Look, atoms can routinely image by scanning probe microscopes, but without X-rays, one cannot tell what they are made of. We can now detect exactly what type of particular atom, one atom at a time, and can simultaneously measure its chemical state. That is actually kind of fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
Like, and imagine what this implicates for like cancer research. Like now we're able to study cancer, not just cells, not just molecules, but atoms. We're able to get to that granular of a level to understand a disease. Like, granted, it's still in the beginning phases, but 5-10 years from now, bro, like
they should start thinking about how to replace.
Like
what happens when you replace certain chemical compounds with other ones inside the atom, if you can even get that small into introducing that into a single atom. But that's just me.
Not even that, but like once we get to the level of where we're able to inject data onto atoms, like we're able to create matter, not create matter, but augment matter. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. We'll be on the precipice of God. Like, that is crazy to me. That's when the world's good. What?
Made in his image. That made in his image. You'll really be able to like this. What this can do for health studies just by itself and like for the human body is going to be, honestly,
I think it's pretty interesting.
Important for the future.
Things
Alright.
to look forward to.
Quick topic. They said one twin went vegan, the other ate meat. Which one ate? Which one did which?
The one
Darren,
on the
you
left
decide.
went vegan.
Darren, you decide. Find your vegan mate.
How am I supposed to know this? They're twins. They look the exact same.
Nah, the one on the left, he looks sick.
He looks sick.
Yeah,
I'm
he
going
looked
with
like
the one on the right is the vegan, just
Yeah.
because I'm being the opposite of LA.
Hugo, Ross Turner have submitted themselves to become blah blah blah. I just want to know which one ate meat.
We can compare various different.
I was wrong. Wait, I was right. I was right.
Darren's
Yeah,
right.
you were right. You were right, Darren.
Darren's right. That's crazy, Darren. I didn't know you had those type of vegan powers.
He didn't.
Right,
He just chose which
I'm-
one I chose.
Darren, are you a vegan X-Men?
Yeah.
I do think
That's
being
what
a
you should
vegan-
make. You should
You know
make a
what?
vegan X-Men.
You know what the movie? Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Greatest-
One of the villains
greatest
was a
movie ever.
vegan.
Yeah.
I do think you get superpowers when you turn vegan. You don't believe me? Do it. I'm not a vegan now. I'm vegetarian.
Anyway,
They take your powers away from you when you when you vegetarian.
those of y'all who wonder how the world works, this is how the world works. Especially in relationship to the ex-president of the United States. Let's keep it going.
Roger Stone had been Trump's political fixer since the 80s, and among the first to suggest he run for president. Despite their occasional fallouts, it had remained Stone's personal ambition to see Trump succeed.
I want to talk to you about Donald Trump, someone who is a force of nature in himself, someone who marches to his own drummer, someone who is not handled, not managed, not controlled, a man who cannot be bossed and cannot be bought, which has made him one of the greatest presidents since Abraham Lincoln.
I have a 40-year record of being able to convince the big man to do what's in his best interest. He's not easy to deal with. It's complicated. He resents any implication that he is handled or managed or directed. You have to say, remember that night we were in Buffalo and you gave that speech? And God, it had to be 10,000 people, the biggest crowd they'd ever seen. And you said X, Y, and Z, and the place went crazy. Remember that? I don't know where you came up with that line, but it's one of the best things you've ever. Yeah, like, I'm going to use that one again. Doesn't fucking matter that he never said it. Doesn't matter. It's time consuming, but it works. I did it for 30 years.
I feel like I'm
Stone's
watching House of Cards
unusual
now.
relationship with Trump had convinced many that he knew the president's deepest secrets. As rumors intensified about Stone's imminent arrest, so did speculation about what he would reveal if pressured to talk.
So here's a weird thing. Trump is obsessed with the movie Sunset Boulevard. He watches it over and over and over again. Isn't that weird? That's weird, right?
That's too good a story.
It's true. It's 100% true. He likes it.
Innocent. Is he manipulating the former president?
I don't know if that's manipulation or is that just like
think about it like this,
making
Darren.
focus.
Darren, you remember that movie Office Space I showed you?
Get out of here.
Have you seen Office Space, Ellen?
Get out of here. Yes, I've seen Office Space.
Okay, cool. Darren, you remember that movie Office Space I showed you?
Somewhat, but not really. I don't think I finished it.
Okay, so one of basically their whole goal in that movie, their plan to defraud their company is they're going to take 1/100th of the penny out of the bank account and do like fractions of 100th of a penny, and it slowly adds to a bank account over time. So after 20 years, it has a shit ton of money in the bank account, but they'll never be able to track it because it's 100th of a penny, right?
Yeah.
So it's slowly feeding information at a time. That's exactly what he's doing. He's slowly giving Donald Trump information to manipulate him little bit at a time. But he's giving it in so small doses, it doesn't feel like he's trying to tell him what to do.
I don't know. They said that this man was his fixer for 40 years. So I feel like he has some sort of influence with him. He's fixed issues. So if he tells Donald Trump, like, yo, I think you should go out there and tell these people XYZ, Donald's gonna be like, bro, fuck you. You don't tell me what to do. But if he tells him,
you remember when you said that? Yeah. That place went fucking crazy, bro. You should say that shit again.
And then he gonna be like, yo, what did I say again? And then he gonna tell him, oh, you said XYZ, and then he's gonna go say that shit. They say you catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
and you know who also that reminds me of? Dick Cheney in Bush.
Yeah, motherfucker got shot in the face and was cool with it.
Wait, what?
Didn't Dick Cheney get shot in the face?
No. Dick Cheney shot somebody.
Shot someone in the face. There you go. I got it mixed up.
I forget who he shot though.
Right.
All right. It's wild out here in the Ville.
About to get repoed, and this motherfucker won't let him pull him over. Balloon car. This tow truck is trying to get this car.
Do y'all know where this is at?
Crazy.
I don't. Of course, it's the Nissan. Ha.
Wow.
First of all, he got no reason to talk. He got a cracked windshield. Second of all, it's always the Nissans. It's always a Nissan.
So why are people playing GTA in Westerville, Dan?
This city going crazy, dog. This city going crazy.
About to get repoed.
Wait, what? You about to get Nick said this?
Oh, they're saying this is look what this says.
Is this? I don't know where is that.
I can't see enough. It might.
Oh,
be.
you know where the deaf community is?
No.
Down the street from that Kroger?
I mean, no.
You know where Hoover Dam is?
I do know where Hoover is.
I think they're saying it's over there somewhere.
It might be. I can't see any landmarks. I don't know.
I can't tell if that's over there.
That's what Spin the Ben said.
I bet he did. It's not illegal to drive in video. You're definitely illegal right now to have your phone in your hand. That is true. As of June 1st, it is illegal to operate your phone and drive.
All right, let's check out this next video.
Oh, Lord.
I don't want to be black. I want to be white.
Whoa.
How does that video make you feel?
That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. Holy shit. Holy shit.
So for people listening to the podcast, this kid said he doesn't want to be black. He wants to be white. This little black kid. So his family started beating his ass.
Hey, get the fuck out of my house. What the fuck is wrong with people, bro?
Now, what's the over under on the comments being racist or not?
I don't even know if I want to read the comments after seeing some shit like that.
All right, second question. If your kid said that he wanted to be white, would you smack him?
No. You just gotta no. You just gotta teach him about his roots, man. Like you gotta find out why he's saying that, and then like.
I think we can see from the video why he's saying that, Darren.
Well, if that's the case, he just watched too much family, like what's the sitcoms like
Modern
Full
Family?
House. Yeah, Full House and shit like that. He just watched too many sitcoms, and then he understands. I get it.
Show him the Cosby Family or something.
Yeah, but the Cosby Family was like a family. That's the
They
thing.
don't.
Anyway,
play that no more.
But I know what I'm saying. Show them a positive black family.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't play that anymore.
Oh, you can find it on
they
YouTube or
do.
something.
They do. They
The
do.
Cosby Show's not on TV anymore.
It is.
Are you
It is.
serious?
Okay.
I can 100% find the Cosby Show on TV.
Okay.
It's a landmark show.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to you when I find it, just to let you know.
On cable television?
That's
On
fine.
cable TV, y'all. It's on cable TV.
Please send it to me when you
This
find
is
it.
how you know my friends don't got cable.
I said, please send it to me.
Y'all Netflix, baby.
So this video is pretty interesting. Let's check it out. Let's just watch it.
This woman happened to notice a man sitting next to her on a plane, sending evil text messages about people like her. His messages said he wished airlines would raise prices so him and his family wouldn't have to sit next to black people.
All right. So you're on a plane, and you're just trying to get settled, trying to get your seatbelt on because you're about to take off, about to watch a little video and whatnot, and you just happen to see accidentally the person next to you said that they should raise the prices so he doesn't sit next to black people. How do you feel about that? And would you say something?
I would, if I just happen to glance over and see racist things on your phone, I would ask to be seated somewhere else. Yeah, I don't want to sit next to you. That's ridiculous. I mean, I want to make a scene about it, but I would ask flight attendant, like, ma'am, I do not feel comfortable next to the man I'm sitting next to. And that's that. I can get up and leave. If you ask why, I can express why, but this is something that we can talk about. I'm not sitting next to him for this flight. Fuck that.
It sucks because she has the window seat too, right? But yeah, I agree.
All right. So I love your guys' answers. I love her answer.
The woman reporting struggled trying to decide if she should say something. Then she made her decision.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I want you to know that I saw your text messages and I think you're disgusting. Speaking of airlines weeding people out, maybe if they raise prices, you know, maybe you wouldn't be able to afford to sit with your family. That way they don't have to sit next to black people. No,
Her goal was to make him feel as uncomfortable as she felt.
But I want you to feel as uncomfortable as I do sitting next to you.
And it worked.
So I love that. I want you to feel as comfortable as I am sitting next to you. So now they have to see each other on the 2 hours, and they gotta.
Nah, I'd rather just leave. That's
fuck that, LA. Why do you gotta leave?
What do you mean?
Make that nigga leave.
Racist. I don't want to sit next to you. I will gladly get up and leave. Fuck that. You can have your seat. Have all the racism you want in your seat. I'm out.
I think showing the world that if you would have showed his face as well, me personally I think one of the best things that the Klan had for them was that damn thing over their face, so you can go back to work and nobody would know. Yeah, whatever. And this is one of those where you can expose somebody, and if you can expose them.
I think she did the right thing.
That's my thing.
I think she did the right thing of not trying to expose him, but just letting him know that you're on bullshit, and I'm letting you know you're on bullshit.
That's good.
I think she kept it pretty classy.
There's multiple ways to handle this. I don't disagree with any of the ways that was.
It went well. I think that situation went well for her. But normally, I am of the belief to get me in mind in safe spaces, and then we go from there. Like if I don't feel safe, I am moving myself from the situation, and then I can handle how I feel from there. I'm not about to start. You don't know what that man's going through. He's obviously racist, and now you want to poke a bear when you have nothing to back you up. You're on the fucking plane. What you about to do? Fight him? And now you can't go to Vegas?
Who said anything about fighting?
Who said anything about Vegas? This is a business.
So I'm saying you're sitting next to this man and you confront him about, or you try to expose him whatnot, and he gets in his feelings and now starts trying to fight you. You fight back and now you're off the plane. Now you're on the no-fly list too. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but she handled it properly. She said, "Hey,
she did handle it properly, and it went very well for her, and I'm glad it did. But maybe I'm just a doomsday type of person. Like I see the worst outcome first.
You think it would have been handled differently if you were a man?
Oh, I know.
He did apologize immediately.
I know it for a fact. Every time I'm in a situation like that, it does not end well. So I've learned to remove me from that situation and continue my life on a happy way.
All right.
but maybe because I'm African, so that's different.
There's multiple ways to handle that.
All right,
Don't
so
disagree with most ways that people come up with.
if you saw this undercover cop in your neighborhood, what would you do?
I ain't got no lighter, no weed, no crack. You still want some crack? Yeah, you don't want no crack. Yeah.
You want to record?
Yeah, you want some crack?
I'm on probation now, so you know.
You ain't on no probation.
Yes, I
You
am,
is
man. I
probation.
told the fucking dog.
You is probation. And parole. I ain't got no lighter.
So, I don't know what police department sent this brother out here. They set this nigga up for failure. Why the fuck did he got the Captain America shirt on? He need to look like Jesse from Breaking Bad, not fucking like he just got off the football team. Like he just got out of football practice.
This is his first.
Bro, Darren, he looks like he walked straight out the police academy.
So everybody got to start their career somewhere, man.
Nah, LA. Come on, man.
You seen
the Captain
Training Day,
America
nigga.
shirt?
You know what's up. You know what's up. You seen Training Day.
Homie, they have no Captain America shirt on.
Captain America wasn't popping back then.
Captain America's been popping since the 40s.
He probably stole this shirt from his cousin. This shirt don't even fit him.
He said, damn, they're going to love this shirt in the hood.
I'm leaving. I'm going to brunch. This is great. What did he come over here trying to do? What is that, a cigarette in his hand?
So what he's trying to do, he's an undercover cop. So he's trying to catch them on selling selling crack. So he's asking them for crack and weed and lighters and shit. And he's trying to fit in and be cool.
He ain't asking for shit. Play the video. The dude recorded
no weed, no crack.
What was that?
You still want some crack?
I still want some crack.
Yeah, you don't want no crack. Yeah.
You want to record?
Yeah, you want some crack?
I'm on probation now, so you know.
You ain't on no probation.
Yes, I
You
am,
is
man. I
probation.
told the fucking dog.
Nigga said you is probation.
You is probation.
He said he killed a guy and his dog, and that's why he's on probation.
I don't know if that dude even said anything to anybody. He just was being recorded and he stepped up to do. That's a wild video. I would like to see where he is now.
He fired. He's fired from the team. You were
I would
cut.
like to see.
He's
I would
in
like to see what's happening.
He's in a police uniform, LA.
All right. Thank y'all for watching another episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. This is episode 120 of the Purple Pill Podcast. Let us know down below what you think of this episode.
Do this one real quick.
I guess we're not in.
Just real quick. So you know how Florida's being real crazy right now? Play this video. This is Florida.
Bill is 100% supposed to scare you.
Y la mala noticia es que este proyecto de ley 100% tiene el propósito de darles miedo.
I'm a farmer, and the farmers are mad as hell.
Yo soy un agricultor y los agricultores están bien bravos.
We are losing employees. They're already starting to move to Georgia and other states.
Estamos perdiendo empleados y se están mudando a otros estados como Georgia.
It's urgent that you talk to all your people and convince them that you have resources, state representatives, and other people that can explain the bill to you.
Es urgente que ustedes hablen con sus personas porque tenemos representantes estatales que pueden explicarles este proyecto de ley.
We had the best president in my life the last 30 years, and I'm still supporting Donald Trump. I love my governor. He's the greatest governor. He's the greatest governor in.
So these people had the audacity to talk about this bill is made to scare you. And when they get scared and flee from this state, these motherfuckers talk about come back, we'll support you. And then in the same breath, talk about Donald Trump is the best president. Like, what do you want from these people?
Yeah, if you planning on leaving Florida, go ahead and get the fuck out.
What do you want from these people?
That's wild. That's
You want
just
them to stay and work for unlivable wages, and then you want them to be excommunicated because that's what Donald Trump wants. He wants them gone. So what do you want? What do you want them to do? You want them not to go to Georgia? You want them not to seek freedoms?
They are so wild.
think about that shit on the next time you go to Florida for vacation and giving them your tax dollars.
Double-edged sword.
That's what I wanted to end on. I'll see y'all next week.
Peace.